You know how we're always told to drink more water? That it's the absolute foundation of good health? Well, what if I told you it's possible to have way too much of a good thing? And what if some of that advice you're seeing online isn't just a little off, but actually dangerous?
I'm sure you've seen it all over your social media feeds, the gallon-a-day water challenge. You've got these massive water jugs, the before and after pics, people swearing it's the ultimate life hack. But is it really a path to wellness? Or are we all just walking into a hidden danger? That's exactly what we're going to break down.
And hey, the promises are tempting, right? I mean, who doesn't want clearer skin or a little help with weight loss? The trend makes it sound so easy, but there's a flip side, a really serious one. So what actually happens inside your body when you push hydration way past its natural limits?
Okay, let's start with the myth itself. This idea of drinking a whole gallon of water every single day has totally blown up. It's pushed as this one-size-fits-all solution for perfect health, and you can see why it caught on. It's easy to remember, simple to track, and it feels like you're accomplishing something big.
But let's just put that number into perspective for a second. 1 U.S. gallon is 3.78 liters. That is a ton of water. We're talking about 16 8-ounce glasses. For a lot of people, that's easily double, maybe even triple what they'd normally drink. And as we're about to see, forcing that much liquid into your system ignores the most important variable in the entire equation, you. And this is where we get into the real science of it. Your body is this incredibly smart, complex system that's always working to maintain balance, what scientists call homeostasis. And when it comes to water, that balance is super personal. So the idea that one single amount could be right for everybody, it's just fundamentally flawed from the start.
And just look at this list. It shows you exactly why a blanket rule just doesn't work. Your age, your sex, your weight, how much you move, where you live, even if you're sick or pregnant, all of these things massively change how much water your body actually needs. A 200-pound athlete working out in humid Florida has completely different needs than a 120-pound person working in an air-conditioned office. The gallon-a-day rule just doesn't care about any of that.
So what's the actual risk here? What's the worst that could happen? Well, it has a pretty serious medical name, hyponatremia. And this is not some minor inconvenience. It's a condition where you drink so much water that you literally dilute the sodium in your blood down to dangerous levels. And since sodium is absolutely critical for your nerves and muscles to work right, this can get incredibly serious. In some cases, it can even be fatal.
This is a perfect illustration of what's happening on a microscopic level. So on the left, you've got a happy, balanced brain cell. But when your blood gets watered down, low on salt, your body tries to fix it. Water rushes out of your blood and into your brain cells to try and even things out. And the result? The cells swell up like a balloon. That's called cerebral edema, and that swelling increases the pressure inside your skull, which is what causes all the most severe symptoms.
Now, you might be thinking this all sounds like some super rare textbook medical problem. But the reality is, water intoxication can affect anyone, from hospital patients to people who are just trying really hard to be healthy. It's a classic case of when good intentions meet bad advice.
Okay, to be clear, this is an extreme example from a medical report, but it shows you the absolute limit. This person was drinking up to 40 liters of water a day. That's more than 10 gallons. It's part of a condition called psychogenic polydipsia, and it's just a shocking reminder of how far this can be taken, and the results can be devastating.
And the scary thing is how this brain swelling starts out. It can be things that seem kind of mild, like confusion, a bad headache, or feeling nauseous. But as that pressure inside the skull keeps building, it can escalate, and fast, to seizures, a coma, and tragically, even death. This is why getting that water balance right is so critical.
But listen, you don't have to have some rare medical diagnosis to be at risk. In a strange twist, one of the groups most affected by this is actually one of the healthiest you can think of: endurance athletes. Yep, people running marathons, triathlons, even just on long hikes are surprisingly vulnerable. It's actually a leading cause of illness and fatalities in these kinds of races.
So what is going on here? Well, it's basically a perfect storm. First, you've got athletes chugging way too much water because they're told to hydrate aggressively. But at the same time, intense exercise can trigger a hormone called ADH. You can think of it as an anti-pee hormone. It tells your kidneys to hang on to water, not let it go. So you're pouring all this water in, but your body isn't letting it out. That combination is a direct path to something called exercise-associated hyponatremia, or EAH.
Okay, so we've torn down the myth, we've looked at the dangers, but here's the good news. Proper hydration is not complicated. It's not about forcing yourself to hit some crazy, arbitrary number. It's just about learning to drink smart, not just more.
So let's just make it crystal clear. The 1 gallon a day rule for every single person, it is completely, officially busted. It's not backed by science, and it totally ignores the beautiful, unique needs of your own body. And if you're a numbers person, this chart just says it all. Look at the top row. Actual studies show optimal hydration is around 1.8 liters for women, 2.15 for men. The medical guidelines below that give a pretty wide range. And then, look at the bottom row. There's the gallon myth, at 3.78 liters. It's way, way above the optimal level, and it's either at the very top end or completely blows past the guidelines for most people.
So what is the right way to hydrate? It all comes down to 2 simple, incredibly powerful tools you were born with. Number 1, drink when you're thirsty. Your thirst mechanism is a brilliant piece of engineering perfected over millions of years. It's your body's own hydration gauge. Trust it. And number 2, check the color of your pee. If it's dark, you need to drink. If it's totally clear, you might be overdoing it. You're aiming for a pale, lemonade-like yellow. It really is that simple.
So really, it all boils down to this. Hydration is absolutely vital, but it's not a contest. It's all about balance. The next time some trend on the internet tells you to ignore your body's own signals and follow some rigid rule, just ask yourself, are you listening to your body or are you listening to a myth?
We're always told to drink more water. But what if I told you there's a hidden danger? It sounds crazy, right? But yes, you can actually drink too much water. Get this, one man drank 40 liters of water every single day for 3 years. And that extreme habit led to something really serious, a life-threatening condition. The diagnosis? A mouthful, but it basically means his brain was in big trouble. Okay, that's an extreme case. But what about that gallon-a-day challenge you see everywhere? Well, the science says something different. Recommended intake is actually total fluid, not just water. And that's key. Total fluid includes stuff like coffee, tea, and milk. It all counts. So what's the real risk here? It's a condition called hyponatremia. And it's no joke. Hyponatremia is when the sodium in your blood gets dangerously low from being too diluted. This sodium imbalance makes your cells swell up with water, which is bad news for your brain. And when I say bad news, I mean it. We're talking seizures, coma, even death. But this isn't just about extreme cases. So who's actually at risk in everyday life? Turns out, during intense exercise, you can drink water faster than your body can handle it. Think about marathon runners, hikers, and even soldiers in training. They're all at higher risk. What makes this so dangerous? The symptoms look a lot like dehydration or altitude sickness. And getting that diagnosis wrong in the field can be fatal. The wrong treatment makes it worse. So, how do you get it right? How do you hydrate safely without overdoing it? It's actually pretty simple. Just drink when you feel thirsty. That's rule number 1. Your body is smart. It has this incredible built-in system called thirst. You just have to listen. So the big question is, are you listening to your body or just following a trend?